How we doing, everybody? Chef Joe Lester, Long Island Cuisine. So tonight we're going to make a nice, simple pasta dish. I have some grated locatelli here imported from Italy, 1 cup of chicken stock. I have my DiCecco linguine. I'm going to use some olive oil in my saute pan here. I have a little cornstarch. I have about 8 chicken tenderloins, chicken tenders, some heavy cream. I have Kerrygold butter. I got 1 bag of fresh baby spinach. And I have these mushrooms, beautiful shiitakes that I sliced, and some white mushrooms. So, I don't know, maybe there's like 6 ounces of mushrooms, but I love the shiitakes because it's like eating meat, after I cook it. And I'm just going to simply saute the chicken tenders. I'm going to season with salt and pepper. I'm going to add a little cornstarch to it so it gives it some little crisp. And I have some prosciutto here. I have 2 ounces of Parma prosciutto. I have 2 shallots that I peeled and sliced. And again, it's during the week. It's very simple but delicious. All right, so I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I have my chicken tenders here. I got 8 of them. These are Bell & Evans, by the way, organic. And I like Bell & Evans, of course. Actually, it tastes like chicken. And you see I just seasoned this with salt and pepper. I added about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch just to put a little coating on there, okay? And so in other words, instead of using flour like I'm using the pasta, but if you have celiacs, you can use pasta with no flour. So this way, and then this is cornstarch, so you're able to eat it. So it's very simple. And this is just to put a coating on there, all right? So I'm just going to cook these golden brown. It's going to make it like nice and crispy. So then after I take this out, I'm going to add my prosciutto, my shallots. I'm going to sweat the shallots, okay? And then I'm going to show you how to make the sauce. The sauce is very simple. And I'll saute the mushrooms that I have here. And I'm going to finish it off with fresh baby spinach. Alright, so we'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so you see what I'm doing with the chicken tenders. I'm just sauteing them lightly golden brown. And yeah, see? Beautiful. And, again, this is a simple dish. I mean, you could use any kind of chicken you want. I just like to taste real chicken. And a lot of your commercial chickens, they don't really taste like chicken. It tastes like a foreign matter, like an experiment. Anyway, so we did a video last week about, Montauk flounder, and this time of year, and one of the comments was, "Oh, Joe, you're a master chef from the land." No, I'm not a master chef. It's funny because, Jacques Pepin, he was always my hero, when I was very young. As a kid, I used to watch him, and I just thought he was, like, terrific. And, I still like watching him today, And him and Andre Saltner and, Chef Daniel Boulud, David Boulay. These are real chefs, And I was lucky enough to have Jacques Pepin sign a book for me. We used to do the chef ski races up at like Wyndham and Hunter and Pennsylvania. But yeah, he's my hero, and he's 90 years old, and God bless him. And but they're the true master chefs. So there's a difference. They write the books, I read them. All right, this is done. And what I'm going to do is saute the shallots. And then once they're nice and cooked, I'm going to add the prosciutto and the mushrooms. I'm going to sweat the mushrooms. And then we're going to finish the sauce. Again, this whole thing takes a half hour. So you have a delicious, delicious dish. You could add, like, if you want, once I get back to this, you could add sherry wine to this. You could add Marsala wine to this. You could add Chardonnay, but I'm not doing that. So I'm going to put the shallots in. So I have like about, I don't know, 1.5 ounces of olive oil here. It was the light olive oil. I have the cup of chicken stock. Let me sweat these. I'll put the prosciutto in there too. Nice. It's like 2 ounces. By the way, this stuff is, the prosciutto is like a fortune. But who cares? We're eating it. And then I'll put the pasta in a little while. And we'll serve that al dente. And here we go. What's better than this? I got my little spurtle here. All right. So I'm just gonna like sweat these out, lightly caramelize it, and we'll be back. All right, so I sweated out the, the shallots and the prosciutto. I put a tablespoon of butter. I'm gonna add these mushrooms now. So I have the shiitakes and the white mushrooms. You can add as many mushrooms as you want because remember, this they absorb, the olive oil and the butter. So I'm not going to season right now because I have the chicken stock that's seasoned, and by the time I add the cheese, and so I'm just going to let this cook out, kind of lightly caramelize the mushrooms to get the flavor out, and then we're finished. Then we'll just finish the sauce and mangiare. All right. All right, so you see my my mushrooms, the shallots, prosciutto. This is caramelizing nicely. I'm going to have a little treat here. At the end, I'm going to finish it off with white truffle oil and, of course, locatelli cheese. So now I just add the chicken stock. Okay. And then I'm going to add my heavy cream, 1 pint. I like to use 40% when I get. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I don't know if I mentioned John George, but he's another one of my heroes. We were so lucky to have these talented, beautiful artists, And yeah, I just always so admired them, and when I had my restaurant, that's where I used to go to eat, because, that's how you learn. You're learning from the best. So I'm just going to reduce the sauce. I just put the pasta in. That's going to take about, 12 minutes. And then at the end, I'm going to add this beautiful baby spinach. Finish it off with the locatelli cheese, some fresh ground black pepper, and the white truffle oil. All right, I'll see you. All right, so this is the finish. I added the chicken. We just finished cooking the spinach, and I'm gonna add some of the locatelli cheese from Italy. All right, put that on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. A couple teaspoons. And now we're gonna finish it off with the white truffle oil. I love this stuff. I could bathe in this. All right. I think that's plenty. Not everybody likes it, but I love it, especially with this dish. So got some fresh ground black pepper, and I got my the Checo linguine al dente, and here we go. See, half hour. Simple, beautiful, delicious, and yeah, look at those mushrooms. Oh my God. Yeah. All right, folks. This is let me just taste this though. Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. Okay. Oh yeah. Forget about it. Forget it. Yeah, this is Oh, yeah. Just the different smells. The mushrooms are caramelized, nice. All right. Let me taste this. Just a little bit.
Right now.
Oh, good.
First time I heard this guy.
All right, so here we go.
Me,
You can take a picture of this.
you know, coming over the
So during the week, you know, you could feed 5-6 people with this, you know. And,
Travis, come on out here, huh?
yeah. Yeah. All right, folks. I'm going to taste this now. Thank you for watching Long Island Cuisine. Likes, comments, subscribe, and I will see you soon.